What
Carry on.
am I hearing? Oh, we're live. Oh, we're live. Just as
That
it
was a
goes.
nice surprise.
Hello, everybody. Hello.
Wow, we got foiled then. Hello, everybody. Good to see you. You
Yeah.
probably good job that we weren't saying anything we shouldn't have been saying,
I
Wendy. And
know,
that as we went
God.
live without realizing it, that would
I
have
know
been
the
disastrous.
conversation 10 minutes ago. Well, Mike, yes.
You missed a really juicy conversation 10 minutes ago. Yeah. Hello, everybody. How are you doing? Good to see you. Good to have you with us. What have you been doing the last 2 weeks? It's amazing to be back with you. We really love it. We really enjoy being here with you.
Yes, we do. Brilliant. Yeah, and I hope everybody's had a good 2 weeks or had a good week this week. I can't remember what I did 2 weeks ago, but can remember today. Hope you had a good day.
Yeah. No, it's really good to start. So people are starting to come in and we're going to say hello to some people in a minute. But wherever you're watching from, we like playing a game where we see who's the furthest away person who's watching. We really enjoy seeing that, all of the far-flung comments from wherever you are in the world. And if you don't say hello to us, we don't know you're watching, and it'd be lovely to acknowledge you. So if you are watching and you haven't put your name, or it's your first time here, or it's your dog's birthday, let us know and we can celebrate with you and say hello to your friends.
Happy birthday to doggies. So yeah, hi Terry. So there was the first one there. Hi Sarah. Welcome.
Hello. Hello, Mel. Hello. And you're from
Hi,
Alberta.
Mel.
Amazing. Look at your gorgeous profile picture. Oh my goodness, I'm getting absolute hair vibes from that. Look at that. Like a pixie princess.
Wonderful. So yeah, keep your comments and who you are and where you're from. Sounds like Cilla Black, doesn't it? Diane Jones.
Hello, Regan.
Hi to Regan King.
Oh, Regan, Australia.
Wow.
We could do with a bit of that. We could do with a bit of that Gold Coast weather. Send it over to us.
Oh, Mel said she needed to pick me up. There you go, Mel. Elizabeth License in Canada. Wow. We are so international, aren't we?
Yeah. Can we call ourselves international mediums now, ladies?
Yeah.
I don't know. Is that the rules? Is that the rules?
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Amazing.
Hello, Sophie. It's rainy, Berkshire. It's miserable everywhere, isn't it, at the moment?
It's raining. It's because the children are breaking up for Easter holidays. That's why. It's a conspiracy with the weather.
Yeah.
It's because the children are off. Or it could be because my husband mowed the lawn. See, that was it. That was a definite. We put the trampoline up and mowed the lawn. So I'm sorry if we've ruined Easter for you.
Is that why? Oh, God.
Yeah, sorry. I'm
sorry. Julia Salins or Salins, hi to you.
Hello, Amanda. Good to see you. Mwah. Really good to see you.
Jackie Perry. Good evening, Jackie.
Hello, Kitty. Hello, Kitty. Hello, Kitty. How you doing? Oh, I love that. It's made my day. I'm easily pleased. Love that.
Daleen Densley Morrill. Hello to you.
Beautiful. We are going to do some reading, so just hold your horses, settle in. We like to have a little bit of a chat, warm ourselves up, just see what the vibe in the room is like. It's a bit like when you go to a circle, you just got to kind of settle in, feel the energy, and then we'll start doing some readings for you. Yeah. Lovely.
Louise, hello. Some more Australians. This is amazing. Gail Davis.
Hello, Gail. Wow. Beautiful. Jodie's on from South Wales. The South Wales Massive are in the house. Really nice to see you with us.
Vanessa
Motian. Lovely. Beautiful. Nice to have you with us.
Pauline
Hello,
Spencer.
Pauline Spencer. From Portugal.
Wow.
Nice.
Antonio, hello to you.
Amazing.
Oh, Shanisa.
Guyana. Wow. Welcome. That would be a really interesting conversation, wouldn't it? Different types of mediumship. How does mediumship and kind of psychic work? How does it differ all around the world? Because obviously we're very used to the way that we do it in the UK. But yeah, I'm sure that's a really interesting conversation.
Laura Grant, another from Canada. Wonderful.
Lovely. Hello, Natalie.
Natalie from Essex.
Lovely.
Diane, Bogdan Regis.
Hello, Diane. Super.
And hello to you, Jennifer Sedman. Yeah, the topic today is
healing energies.
I don't know what I was expecting there, Wendi. I don't know. I was expecting like special effects and like a puff of smoke or some graphic to shoot in.
The genie, yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
Amazing.
Oh.
Yeah, you need to let producer know, Wendi, if you want some like special effects.
Yeah.
Brilliant. So Wendi, what would you like to talk about? What's the idea? What's the plan for this evening?
What's the plan? Well, we were going to be talking about different sorts of healing. Have you had any healing of any sorts? What have you benefited from? Is it something that you do? What sort of healing do you do? Because there's so many different modalities these days. And I'm sure that Natalie and Ashley can let us know their latest, because this is the reason why we got on the topic. And of course, you may remember me from way back then with my pendulum healing. So that's my sort of modality with healing. But yeah, what have you had? What have you experienced? What worked for you? What didn't work for you? There was something that I didn't feel worked for me, but I'll let you two talk about yours.
So I think this is going to be quite an interesting subject, because I was, I must admit, I went back and I re-listened to some of the things and read some of the comments, because we can't always feature all your comments. So that's one thing I forgot to say, is that even though we see all of the comments, sometimes they're going so fast. So if we miss your comment, we will do our best to go back to it. But please bear with us, or if there's something you kind of want to put in again, then please do. But I'm really interested to know, are you healers? Are you healers? What do you class as healing? Because we tend to always think of kind of hands-on healing. Jennifer there says she loves Reiki. That's a really good example. So Reiki healing, or call it spiritual healing or shamanic healing. And mediumship is a form of healing, absolutely. You know, that can be exceptionally healing. So I'm really interested in your healing stories and what kind of modality you work in.
Thank you, Sophie.
Oh,
Past to see Wendi do pendulum healing, and it was amazing. And she's not tried anything else. Thank you, Sophie.
So Wendi, your pendulum healing, is that kind of connected to like the shamanic healing or druid healing? Is it anything to do with that? Because I had a lady actually that I went to see, a druid healer, the last couple of weeks, and she used the pendulum and that as well. So is it like connected to like the same thing?
No.
Oh.
That's called a closed that's called a closed reply.
Well, it's energy healing, and I do two different sorts. I do just the pendulum healing on its own, or I do the tarot, sort of combined tarot and pendulum healing. But basically, with the tarot cards, obviously, it gives you an outline of what's happening, their backstory. But with just pure pendulum healing, basically, I divide charts like these ones, which you probably can't see. And yeah,
she's here. Come on in, spirit.
So basically, it's helping to clear negativity. So we all have some negativity around us at some point in our life, but the pendulum hovers over the charts once I connect into your energy, asking my guides for help, and it will pinpoint what needs clearing on the chart. So it can pinpoint many things that need clearing, and then we measure how much is that affecting you in percentage wise. So again, a pie chart with percentages. So how much is that affecting you? So once we've found that out, then it's a case of saying the commands, the actual intent to clear, and spin the pendulum anti-clockwise. Anti-clockwise always to clear that energy. And I've known people who are grieving, and then it's like a weight's been lifted. I'm not saying they're fully, but it helps. We then test the percentage after. So what is the percentage now, say, for low self-worth? And it may have gone from a high of 80% down to 10%. So it's shifting that energy, and you can feel it. So it's very, very different from anything I've ever known, and I don't feel it's known much in the UK, because I think it's more of an American modality. So after that, we then spin in the positivity, because there's this void. We've cleared away all the negativity. We want to spin in and bring in this positivity. So again, with charts, what needs to be spun in? What does that person need? And again, the commands will bring in, hopefully, that positivity. So that's pendulum healing, really, in a nutshell.
Yeah, that sounds amazing. Like when I went to see that druid healer, it sounds like kind of like nearly the same kind of thing, but she actually went into like some kind of deep trance to do it. So she was actually going deep inside. It's funny because when I went to see her, she said, "Well, used to people going a bit weird, aren't you?" And I was just like, "Oh, I don't know." Like, yeah, okay, let's have a look and see what happens. So I was like, "Okay," and she was just like, "Right, hold out your hand." So I held up my hand, and she used her pendulum, and she went into, like I said, like this deep trance. And then she said, funny enough, like I've been told so many times, she goes, "Oh, go and sit. You need to go and sit near a tree." So she was just like, "Go and sit near the tree, like grow up with the tree, release the things that come up and what you need to release." But then again, like you said, she said, bring it in the light afterwards. Make sure you bring it in to clear that space afterwards. So it sounds like kinds of similar, doesn't it?
Similar, yeah.
Kind of,
Filling the void with light and love. Yeah,
that's it. Yeah, it's amazing.
Amazing.
What about you, Ashley?
Sorry, I was going to say, did you feel the benefit from that then, Natalie? Did you really feel?
Yeah, so afterwards, like when she was doing it, it was like, I don't know, it's like I could feel like my aura, like, or something coming out, like space around. I could feel it coming out afterwards. I could feel like the warmth around like my aura space. It was so beautiful. I've never experienced anything like that before.
Wow.
It was so beautiful the way that it was done. But when I went, I've never like a lot of people always say to me, "Go and sit by a tree," and I'm like, "Okay, all right, I'll go sit by a tree." So this time, like she said it. So I was like, "Okay, I'll go and do it." And I went and sat next to the tree, and she said to make sure you take an offering with you to use afterwards to thank the tree for helping you do the healing. So I did. I went to the shop and actually got this little bottle of bird seeds. So I did like a little offering and planted like bird seeds in that afterwards. And when I was sat by the tree, and I just thought, like, what do I do? Like, no one's ever taught me what I need to do. You know, just go sit by a tree, but I don't know what you're doing. So I did. I just went and sat there, and really, I didn't need to do anything because I just felt like the connection was just there. It was so beautiful, you know. And I remember I looked up and I saw this little baby spider. It was just like hanging down from the tree. It was like building its little web around the tree, and I was watching it, and it just came to my mind, like, you know what, that spider is so trusting of that tree, just the way it's building its web, it's coming in and out of it, and it's really trusting. And I just thought, I need to sit here and I just need to trust the journey of what I need to do. And yeah, it was just so amazing. I've never experienced that before.
I love to hug a tree. Do you get?
I have done.
Yeah, I get visions of and all sorts, because obviously trees have been around for hundreds of years. But that sounds amazing, Natalie. Yeah.
Yeah, I've hugged a tree once at a hospital. I went to see a friend at a hospital, and I just had this urge to hug a tree. And my friend was just like, "What are you doing?" Like right in the middle of the hospital. But yeah, it was just beautiful. I loved it. Connection.
Wonderful. Yeah, we've had some wonderful comments as well.
Yeah. Wouldn't it be amazing though if it is understanding how energy works, isn't it? And I think fundamentally the reason why there's such an interest in healing at the moment is because people have got a real yearning to understand energy. So rather than just working with it psychically, actually, in order for us to be fully balanced, fully realised, we need to understand how our energy works. And wouldn't it be amazing in hospitals if actually you're visiting somebody who's sick, and if you're naturally empathic or sensitive or a healer, your heart goes out, you're making that empathic connection with someone who's physically depleted or going through surgery or something. Instinctively, you knew what you had to do, which is to go outside and ground yourself and reconnect and replenish yourself and get stabilized to go back in or to carry on with your day. Lots of people who wouldn't understand energy would come out and think, "Gosh, I feel like I need to go and lie down, or I want to have a cry, or I need to have some food." Wouldn't it be amazing if we just taught people about energy? We don't teach people. Energy. We don't teach it. Yeah.
Connecting with nature at its best, says Diane. And Minty says that he got you to hug a tree, Natalie.
Love that.
Yeah, he tells me all the time. it's funny because like he's always telling me, Natalie, you need to go sit by a tree, and I'm just like, no, I don't, no, I don't. And then this lady told me, and then he's just like, oh, you listen to this lady. So I was like, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. Is that what it is, Richard? Is it? Yes.
Yeah.
So
I took part in quite an interesting healing thing this week. And it's interesting. So we did it because it's a monthly circle, and it's called our Red Thread Group, and it's lots of people who come to it who are mediums and healers and people who are working spiritually, and there's people who are yoga instructors and holistic therapists. That not all mediums. And we meet once a month, and it's kind of just a gentle holding space, because there's very few spaces where actually you can come and you're not expected to perform or give messages, or so it's a really nurturing space. But we did something a bit different this week, and we did some cord cutting work using the power of the equinox. Amazing. But in order to be able to get to that energy point, we kind of did the cord cutting, and then we did a cacao ceremony afterwards, which was amazing, using plant medicine. Amazing, like the chocolate, and then we kind of made the drink in ceremony, and then we drank it, and then and did a kind of meditation afterwards. But I really like what Nat said, which is it's that reciprocal balance of energy. You do the healing work, and if you remove something or transmute something or alchemize some energy, you need to replace it with something else, something positive, something light. Yeah, really insightful. She sounds amazing, your lady. She sounds amazing, your druid healer.
What does the drink taste like? I've seen it. I've never actually drank.
It's nice. It's well, it depends what you make. It's quite strong, very unique, kind of floral, chocolatey. Nothing like the hot chocolate that we get in the UK, which is all full of sugars and stuff like that. It's beautiful. And then I let them choose what they wanted to add: honey or nectar, or rose petals, essential oil, cinnamon, whatever they want to put in it. Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, you get used to it, but it's really beautiful. Yeah,
Elizabeth says crystal healing as well. Definitely.
Love my crystal healing. Yeah.
Love my crystals.
Yeah, that works.
Yeah. So yeah, I've been having some lovely comments. A lot of people had Reiki or done Reiki, and I believe one the master level. There's different levels of Reiki. I'm not a Reiki master or anything. So so Jodie's asking, does the person need to be in a certain state to be able to receive healing? I recently reached out for Reiki healing after no progress with mental health therapists. I wouldn't know the answer to the Reiki healing one. Natalie, are you a Reiki master or?
Yeah, so I've just recently done my Reiki master. Like, it's really interesting because there was a comment actually not that long ago about a lady who works with mental health, and she says she considers herself a form of healer, and I actually agree with you, because
Sophie.
When you start with your healing journey, obviously you've got to remember it's still okay to talk to the professional people.
Absolutely.
Especially I spoke to people, it's nothing to be ashamed of. You speak to people like I talk, or if you're going through the mental health problems like Samaritans and things like that, people are always there to listen. There should be no shame or worry about reaching out to people, but after you've done that, and after you've begun that journey and accepting actually I am moving forward now. That's when I went on to the Reiki healing. So I started with my level 1, and that really was like a deep kind of healing. You really you heal within yourself, like deep traumas. I believe you've got to really connect and think actually it's a journey, isn't it? Really, people always say there's never a final destination. It's about having compassion with everything that you've gone through.
So is it a case like you've got to heal yourself before you can start to heal anybody
go on
else?
and heal anybody else? Yeah, that's it. So you use it's the Reiki one is a form of self-healing. You can only heal yourself, and you work through that. You're supposed to do it for 21 days, morning and night. So before I fell to sleep, I did it, and then when I got up in the morning, I did it. And after that, there was obviously a lot of changes. It expects a lot of changes in your life. I used to have really long hair. It was really funny because after I did my Reiki level 1, I cut my hair short. So not only do you go through deep inner healing, you actually think, well, actually, I'm going to change things about which make myself feel better in that as well. Yeah. So, and then level 2, I think that is the time I actually had a connection with you get a spirit guide with your healing. So I actually met my first spirit guide after my level 2. And then the level 3, I had this amazing lady who's actually part of Penny who was on last week. She's my Reiki master. She actually tuned me to my Reiki, and it all brought in like the emerald energies after it. So you just, if you're going to do it, obviously, if you want to learn to self heal, then Reiki level 1 is great for you. But if you want to go on and be a teacher and start helping healing other people, then go on to obviously your level 2 and level 3s. But yeah, Reiki 1 is great for like your self healing, or go and see a healer, go and see a Reiki healer.
Yeah,
they work all differently in that as well. Like I've met quite a few different Reiki healers, and the way that they work. And this lady that I received healing from on my level 3, she says, like, it's not me who does it. I actually have my spirit guides who work with me and do it. So they tell her where she needs to put her hands. And she was just like, oh, you're okay if I put my hands on you? And like, she gave me massages and things like that. And I was just like, carry on, like, carry on, and like massaging my legs and my feet, and it felt amazing. But when she was doing that, I could feel the energy shifting. You could see it all shifting, and like the green emerald energy and that coming through and connecting to like your heart space. So yeah, it's actually amazing.
It is, and it's really important. There are lots of different varieties and flavors of Reiki energy as well, and there's different modalities kind of coming out all of the time. Yeah.
You what, Richard?
Different flavors. That's the way I describe it. Different flavors. It's so so it's really, so I work with Sechem, and someone did ask a question actually about the difference. Similar, it's just a different way of working with the energy. You know, but if you want to get down to brass tacks, is it all just the same energy, and are we all just not doing the same thing? And it's about our intent and our openness to kind of be that channel for love. And also there was a beautiful question earlier about you know, do we need to be in a certain state of readiness? I think part of my role of offering healing sessions to people is around opening them up. Yeah, Jodie, brilliant question. Is opening them up to the possibility of being well, opening up their soul to the possibility of seeing themselves in their beautiful perfection and wholeness, and supporting them and walking with them and letting them know that it's okay. It's okay, but you can let this go. It's okay, you can be under the weather. No one's expecting you to be anything else. And what Nat said was absolutely bang on. It's complementary. It's doing everything in the whole. So, you know, we need to look at the whole person, not just say spiritual healing is going to fix everything.
I find a lot of clients, it's a very emotional treatment, very tearful. And I see them at the start, and then when we've finished, about an hour later, there's this change, you know, and that's when you realize that actually it makes you feel good doing it, you know. They obviously feel better, a lot better than when they first came in, and you feel good that you've actually done that. But it can be draining. I must admit, I think I did 3 pendulum healing sessions back to back, and I was drained. So yeah, I wouldn't advise doing it back to back, but yeah, all healing is amazing.
Yeah, it is.
Someone had a question a second ago about the price of Reiki healing. Now I think it varies from very different healers.
Yeah.
But do you know what? Even like your local churches have healers, don't they, on site now that you can go and see? Like for a little donation, you can go and see like a spiritualist, one of your spiritualist churches, and they do a bit of healing and that in there as well.
Absolutely. I'm a massive advocate for the fact they've got that kind of like they just put a hat at the door, and actually you put what you can spare in, and you know, many times actually you can't spare anything, and that's okay. Just come in, grab a cup of tea, go and get some healing.
Even just sitting in that space
is
amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
I think it also depends on where you are in the country, because of you know, the prices. And like my massage therapist does Reiki, and she doesn't charge much at all. But if I went to say a healing place, it would be totally different. So it does vary, doesn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, it does. But it's really it's such an interesting subject, and we were talking about and I kind of visualize it. Yeah, that's cool. So I kind of liken a lot of healing that we kind of picture ourselves as a bit of a triangle, So at the bottom, the kind of thickest layer is our physical body, and that's the physical earthly vessel that's carrying our soul. And actually there are things that sometimes go wrong, and we get ill, and things happen to us, and we get injured. So we've got kind of the first layer that we need to address, and then the second layer is kind of our thought patterns and our thoughts about ourselves and our self-esteem and our ability to trust ourselves. And then that top layer is the spiritual work, and you need to look at the whole thing. You need to look at the whole being, the whole soul, rather than just focusing on, well, you can continue to do what you're doing and not address any of this other stuff, and not address anything to do with your psychology and your mindset, and we'll just focus on spiritual healing. You kind of, the correct approach, I would think, and the way that I work, is to look at that holistic way of working.
Energy healing, though, basically, isn't Reiki? Yeah, the same as mine.
Energy healing. But it is based on a modality that obviously came across, I can't remember the master's name, who was interested in exactly that. Couldn't work out why some monks were able to kind of heal people's physical conditions, and so he went and studied with them for an extended period to kind of learn. Didn't get the answers he wanted, and then he basically, I'm massively paraphrasing here, and I apologize if I'm upsetting the apple cart with the many Reiki masters watching, received what we would probably call a spiritual download of this modality that was kind of, all of the symbols appeared to him, and he was scribbling it all down, and then started offering it to people, and trained certain people and from certain villages in this modality of energy healing, using symbols and kind of channeling energy and drawing it up. And that's where you get your lineages from. So different people were trained, and you can kind of follow the lineage from the Reiki master to Reiki master. So you have to be very respectful, because there are people who absolutely, you know, it's all about their lineage and what they've done. And then there's other people who are probably more permissible and will blend it with other modalities like crystals or Celtic energy or angel Reiki or lots of different things.
Wow. Yeah. I have had Reiki once, and it was from a massage therapist, and I felt nothing. I didn't feel a thing. So it put me off having it again. Now, it could be like you're about state of mind. I don't know what I was expecting. I was expecting a shift, you know, in energy, but I didn't feel anything. But
I think that's the difference, though, Wendy. You've got to be able to trust as well the people that you're getting Reiki from. Did you know them?
Well, I've been to her many times for massage, so she was a lovely lady, and I was really excited. She also did reflexology, which I found really good. I used to do reflexology and aromatherapy in my younger days as well. But the Reiki, I was laid down, and she was just going through various parts of my body with her hands raised above me. There was crystals as well. I don't know if it was, I don't know. I suppose they're different.
It's probably the same way that, it's probably the same way that, you know, for each person, there is a healer that really resonates, really vibes, they really gel with. The same way that for every person and every spirit that wants to work, there's a medium that absolutely gets them and nails it, you know.
And the reason I went to do the Reiki, and this is probably why, thinking about it, she did me a back massage, and she'd got a really hard wooden table with a lot of cushions, and all I could feel was the hard wooden table, and she pressed so hard she actually cracked my rib.
Okay, well that's gonna put you off.
The pain, I thought, right, when I go back in 6 weeks and I'm better, I'm not going to have a massage. I'll lay on my back and I'll have Reiki. So there was probably in my mind like, that's, you know, what had happened in that room.
Yeah,
like,
maybe. We're kind of at that triangle again, Wendy, aren't we? So not only did you have a cracked rib that was recovering, that middle layer, you know, you didn't have very much trust for the therapist there. So she would have had to have worked really hard to get any kind of healing into you. I think so. Yeah. I think so. I think so. I just want to mention that Anthony's been putting some amazing comments on there. And one of them he mentioned that really caught my attention was about purple flame and the indigo flame. Oh, a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful healing modality. There's a really, really dear lady that's down on the south coast called Hilary Stanley. Look her up. She's an authority on the purple flame healing energy, and it's really beautiful. Once on Antonia, amazing. Yeah, the violet flame was from one of the ascended masters, Saint Germain. And if you want to do some research, if you're looking for a really, really, really powerful healing vibration, the violet flame is amazing, and it's everywhere at the moment. Definitely, as we're kind of in this 20s, you know, for the last maybe 20 years, a lot of purple flame work. Yeah. Thank you for your amazing question. I just had to pick that up. It was such a cool comment.
Wonderful. I'd say I practiced aromatherapy in my younger days and also qualified in Swedish massage. And I used to prescribe aromatherapy blends. So we used to mix up blends. It was a bit like a repeat prescription sort of service. If you got something from me back, love, yeah, I'll just mix you that up. So it was like that in the shop. But I loved it. And the family still uses the essential oils. I really do love that form of therapy. And it's all uplifting, you know, essential oils, plants, all uplifting. So
yeah,
I really
absolutely
recommend, and balancing, definitely.
Yeah, you've got to experiment and find what works for you. Like Nat's found a lovely shamanic druid healer, and that you just find the vibration and the tree and hugging trees. Yeah. So find what works for you. Find what works for you. But some amazing questions. Lots of you are experimenting with your healing, which I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised because obviously people on this channel are they're open to spirituality and open to things happening and open to helping other people.
Even talking or listening to somebody.
I'm not surprised you're all budding healers.
That's a form of healing, isn't it? So shall we do a couple of cards or readings or whatever? Or do we have any?
Let's do it.
Okay.
Let's do it. So if you would like a reading, put a comment that you would like a reading. If you would like to, obviously we have the lovely Zoom room available as always. Must point out it's not mandatory. You don't have to come on Zoom if you don't want to, or you can come on with your audio. I think that's right, Richard, and leave your camera off. So if we get to hear your voice vibration, and it's exactly as what we're talking about. It just keeps the vibration nice and fast for us. So that is there for you if you'd like to come and use that. But no pressure.
Elizabeth, I bet your house smells lovely. She makes handmade soap and bath bombs, healing bath with your healing essentials. Lovely.
Very nice. Very nice. That's lovely.
Richard.
There's a certain shop. There's a certain shop on the high street, isn't there, in most towns, large towns. I'm not going to say the name of the business, but you can smell it from miles away. As soon as you get out of the car, you can smell it. But I think yours, Elizabeth, are probably made of the really good essential oils that don't upset body pH and all that stuff.
Lovely.
Beautiful. So who would like a reading?
Yeah. So, Terry says yes, please. Pauline says yes, please. Antonio sends you a few cards. Julie Salins. Can I go to Julie? Sorry, I've took over the first one, if that's okay with you.
No.
Julie Salins or Salins. Apologies if I've said your name wrong, Julie. Okay, before I even just draw a card, I want to say there is a lovely, warm, motherly, grandmotherly energy around you. I've got pressure in my stomach, Julie. So either this lady had some stomach problems, or she may be referring to you. But basically, she just wants to come in and reassure you for some reason, reassure you on something that maybe you're a little bit afraid of, or something's knocked you a little bit, but she wants to give you this reassurance. I'm smelling a beautiful, I'm smelling flowery fragrance, but I've also got a poppy. So poppy could mean something to you, or the actual, is it October, November, you know, the poppy day. So that may mean something to remembrance, sorry. She's happy about the ring, Julie. Either a new ring, or a ring's been left to you or passed down. I don't know if this lady had suffered with a cancer condition, but I'm feeling quite nauseous as well with this this stomach. You can take that away. Thank you very much. And also, you work a lot with your hands. She's saying I've got dry hands, so I don't know if you're like washing your hands or needing to wash your hands a lot, but she's mentioning your hands, Julie. I hope you can understand her, but she's bringing you some reassurance. Okay, so let's just draw a card as well, Julie. The Queen of Cups. So the Queen of Cups, and I know you probably can't see it because the light's not very brilliant. Oh, you can see it. Okay. Now this shows me that you're a very caring person. You are quite a sensitive person, and take things to heart. And that is not a bad thing, because that is you. You're very empathetic and you're very good at listening to others as well, giving advice to others. So just embrace that. You know, that is you. That's your personality. You probably want to be more confident. You want to be, oh, it's your nan, bless you. Thank you, Julie. You want to be able to say what you want to say, but you hold back because you don't want to upset others. You've got pain now, Julie. Oh, bless you, bless you. Thank you for that feedback. And I'm sorry that you've got pain. But yeah, this is you. Embrace who you are, okay, Julie? And she just wants to reassure you on something that you're worried about. So I'm going to leave your nan's love with you, Julie. All right, thank you. Thank you. Okay, okay. So, anybody else? Oh, she's in spirit. Okay.
Nat, do you want to go next?
Oh, Poppy's your cat. Sorry.
Oh, wow.
So cute.
Oh, thank you, Julie.
Oh, well done, Wendi. You can take the rest of the night off, Wendi. That's it.
Now.
You're done. Drop mic moment. Take that. You can have that.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh, it's so good. Well
And
done.
dry hands. Okay, Julie, thank you. Richard's going to save that clip when I went, ah. Okay, sorry.
You're going to be made into a meme, Wendi. You're going to be a TikTok meme. You'll go viral on TikTok for being a TikTok meme. I can't wait. I can't wait.
Oh, no.
Oh, brilliant, brilliant. Nat, do you want to pick the next lovely person?
Yeah, there was a Pauline Spencer there, wasn't there? Sorry, I'm losing my voice this evening. Pauline Spencer. Okay, so Pauline, I'm using my Think Yourself Happy cards this evening, and I just wanted to give you a little bit of a message about funny, isn't it, how we're talking tonight about like healing energies and things like that, and about having compassion for other people. But I think it's more talking about that you need to, at this time, you need to start having compassion for yourself. And I don't know whether you're going through like a very deep, difficult situation at the moment. It's telling you that you need to spend a bit more time with yourself and really think about where you want to go in your next direction. Do you know what we're in it's thinking about as well, that we're in the phase of like going into Mercury retrograde it's just starting to slow down now. And it's talking about as well about having a bit more patience with yourself as well. It's saying, when was the last time that you snuggled up and like read that book? I don't know if there's a book that you need that you've been reading that you've forgotten about, put it away and just thought, oh, I'll get back to that soon enough. But now's the time as well, when things are going a bit more quiet, that you can sit down and actually finish that book that you need to finish. It's asking you as well to think about good memories. You know, if there's memories that keep popping up, you can spend this time as well going through photo albums. I don't know, like my voice is going when I'm talking to you. I don't know, have you got like a trouble around like your throat area? Are you having trouble speaking lately? You're saying that you need healing. I think maybe that you need to start maybe speaking your truth and that as well, maybe a bit more. I think really you need to spend a bit more time with yourself, Pauline, and really think about where you're going soon. You need to snuggle up, read that book that you need to finish, have a bit of the rest that you need to have, and like think about good memories and that around you and your family, and look at the old photo albums. I hope that makes sense. Sorry, my throat is really going. Oh, bless you, Pauline. Happy memories of your mum and dad. So have you got like the photo albums out lately and been looking at old photos? Because I think they really want you to start doing that and really think about the fond memories that you did spend together. And now like that's come out, like my throat seems to have cleared a bit more. So maybe you need to speak up as well with people and just say like, it's okay to speak about your mum and dad. Like when we come down to healing and that as well, people think, oh, like, there's no time to healing. There's no time to healing. And you need to remember that, I think, for yourself as well. You spend as much time as you need for healing, and don't ever let anybody tell you how long it should take to, yeah. Oh, there you go. You do talk to them. Oh, Pauline, do you know what? I'm sending you so much love, and get those photo albums out. Really do think about your mum and dad, and yeah, just I think they know that you talk to him, and that is again is a good way of healing. And I really hope that makes sense for you, Pauline. Thank you for letting me work with you.
Have a glass of water.
Yeah.
Amazing, amazing. Really lovely message, isn't it? Really nice. Yeah. Bless. Okay, have we got, who am I drawn to? I am going to, who am I drawn to? Oh, Pauline, so you've just read for Pauline, haven't you? No. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Let's go for Kitty. Kitty, because I just love the flowers, Amazing, amazing Kitty Turner. And you're a Hello Kitty as well, which is lovely at the beginning when we're saying hellos. Hello Kitty. I'd love to pull a card for you. So let's see what I'm drawn to. I'm drawn to the Sacred Rebels deck, which, as you know, is a bit of a kick butt deck. So hopefully you're appreciative of that energy. I don't do it any other way, I'm afraid. I've never been a kind of unicorn and fluffy rainbows kind of medium. I tend to give people quite direct messages. So hopefully that's going to work for you. You've got a beautiful card. You've got a Restore and Replenish card, which, as you can see, she's kind of all snuggled up in nature. So it's really interesting that we were talking about being in nature. This card is everything about respecting the cycles and rhythms in your life. So this lets me know on an intuitive level that you're sensing that things are changing for a reason around you. And the reason why they're changing is because the rhythm of things need to change. So either things have been dragging along or things have been going at such a breakneck pace that you can't sustain it and you're in danger of burning yourself out on an energetic level. This also tells me that you're a very sensitive soul, exceptionally sensitive. And the more I blend with your energy, the more that I can tell that you are naturally somebody who gives off a lot of when I say psychic energy, you give off a lot of psychic energy to people. So you're very perceptive, you're very intuitive, you pick up things, you kind of read between the lines, the unspoken things in conversations, which, although is beautiful and insightful, it does wear you out. So what I would suggest is this is about following what it is that makes you feel nurtured and replenished, because your soul is going to guide you the right way. Anything which feels like it's really hard work, anything that feels like it's depleting you, when you feel like you need to go home and have a lie down, like we said, just kind of follow your body as a cue, and it will take you in the right direction to where you need to go. The other part to this reading is this is about growth, and it's about fast growth, and you're coming into a phase of fast growth now. And as I'm looking at the tree, I'm seeing the rings on a tree. And the closer they are together is when you're going through really hard times and the tree's really struggling and it's trying to conserve energy. And then when the rings get further apart, it's when you're in kind of nice times where they can grow and expand. That's the phase I feel you're stepping into now, which is you've got space and capacity to grow and expand. But to do that, you need to make sure that you're listening, that you're following your own intuition and your own guidance, and you're trying to kind of just stay away from anything which is too depleting for you. I'm also seeing shells on here as well, which is a beautiful, again, divine feminine symbol. So I'm not sure if you are aware of almost angel wings, angel lights, spirit lights around you, but there's a very, very strong, deep, healing feminine energy around you as well, which doesn't feel like it's a loved one in the spirit world that's trying to get my attention, because it's making my heart go in the way that a spirit guide and influence from the spirit world on energy that's around you, because it's just the feeling of love is making my heart feel quite fluttery and quite expanded. So that's a really lovely energy that's around you at the moment. So yeah, that's what I want to leave you with. Go and find something to replenish you. And I'm not sure whether you're kind of looking into doing some kind of journaling or some kind of making sense of the things that have happened, but that's something that might be quite useful. And the reason I say that is there's beautiful buttons. Whenever I see buttons, I kind of put in mind of scrapbooking. So for me, that's kind of a journaling card. Journaling doesn't have to be a big thesis. it can be just thoughts and feelings, things to be grateful for today, things you've noticed from the spirit world, signs and symbols. And so yeah, I'm going to leave that one with you. Hello, Kitty. Goodbye, Kitty. Thank you, Kitty. Thanks for working with me.
Okay, folks, we're going to a commercial break. See you in a minute.
See you in a minute.
Help Spiritual Psychics TV grow our TikTok channel. Connect with us at SPtv UK. We're on a journey to reach our next milestone, and we need your help. Follow us today and support us going live. Imagine getting personalised readings, discovering your card of the day, and so much more. Don't miss out on the opportunity to explore new adventures with us. Follow, engage, and transform. Join our growing community at Spiritual Psychics TV with @SPtv UK on TikTok.
Introducing the SPtv app, your digital spiritual guide for an enlightening journey like no other. Immerse yourself in a world of audio and visual content crafted to inspire, educate, and entertain. Seek guidance with our card of the day, choosing up to 6 cards for personal insights. Enhance your daily life with our wellness section, featuring nutritious recipes, affirmations, and balanced living tips. Explore our spiritualism section for a deep understanding of the religion, its principles, and spiritual answers. Unravel the secrets of the clairs and broaden your spiritual horizon. Easily find local readers, therapists, centers, or churches with our comprehensive directory. Stay connected with live broadcasts, check our schedule, and get to know our insightful presenters. Delve into the meanings of angel numbers, crystals, and a comprehensive list of divination meanings. All of this and more, available for free on the SPtv app. Download now at sptv.uk/app and start your journey with your digital spiritual guide.
Join Adrian and Jay tomorrow morning from 11 a.m. UK time for their show, Spiritual Insights. They'll answer your spiritual queries, conduct guided meditations, and provide oracle card readings to those who actively participate in the show. So, set your alarms and get ready to awaken your inner self.
Join Ashley Robinson tomorrow night from 8 p.m. Ashley offers his spiritual philosophy while answering your questions.
Hello, welcome back. Thanks for coming back after you've grabbed yourself a cup of tea, whatever it is, maybe some cacao if you've been inspired to go and get yourself a hot chocolate, go and treat yourself.
I need to get some. I need to get some.
Super. Welcome back, everybody. We're going to continue with some readings. We've got a really inspirational piece from Natalie in a minute. She's selected for you, which is amazing. Just feel very nurturing this evening. I know we were talking about healing, but we've been speaking about lots of lovely things and massages and bath bombs and hot chocolate drinks. So yeah, just following on from that nurturing theme. Yeah. I just wanted to pick up a question from one of our viewers on YouTube, because we do have people that also put questions on from YouTube. Hello, your username is Independent Puppy. Amazing, really good. You've asked a really interesting question. So I think what I'm interpreting it, you said only females through. What happens to men when we die, or do female spirit people only talk to female mediums? A really, really interesting question. My understanding, I can only talk from my perspective, is that that's not the case, that men and women come through from the spirit world. In fact, in this day and age, there are every type of spirit. We don't designate on gender. We just describe the person. We describe their spirit. We describe their nature. And whoever comes through. And I found from experience that men and women will come through to male and female mediums. So it's just the luck of the draw how they come through. Certainly, I know that my grandfather comes through because that's the type of person he was. So if there's somebody that you're really, really hoping to hear from in the spirit world, then please keep trying. Please keep going to different churches and trying to find a medium that will be able to work with you. And hopefully you get the hopefully you get the comfort and the answer that you need if you're waiting to hear from somebody special.
And it's all about timing as well, isn't it? You know, it's probably not the right time for you to hear from that person yet. Spirit feel it's you're not ready. So if you are grieving, perhaps it's just not ready just yet. So we can never tell. Spirits, we're the medium, we're the intermediate. We are the middle person.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
But it's a really interesting question. Thank you so much. Really interesting question. And do keep the questions coming. If you want a reading, stick that in the comments. If you've got a question, stick it in the comments. And if we don't get to your questions and comments tonight, we will have another look at them and go back to them. So, but Natalie, do you want to read your piece, Natalie?
Okay, yeah, perfect. So I've taken a little piece. It is all to do about healing. It's from Kuan Yin, and it's from a book called The Sophia Code.
Love that.
Have you read it?
It's such a good book.
Natalie, we need to talk about this. We'll have to talk about this. Yeah.
I don't know about it. Tell me. I don't know.
It's amazing.
So it's, I suppose it's like.
I'm going to spoil it. I'm just going to sit. I'm going to sit really good and listen.
Okay, so you're going to listen. Yeah, so this is all to do with the Karuna compassion. So you know what we're talking about then, Ashley. So I've just highlighted just a couple of bits that I'd like to read out. So it says Kuan Yin teaches the path of Karuna compassion. I offer my story to reveal that all stories of compassion are the same story in the journey back to the heart. Water directly taught me about the meaning of Karuna compassion. When I prayed into the water and ingested it, the water would flow to every darkness that my awareness was too afraid to touch, out of shame or guilt. It was the water that carried my prayer everywhere I needed to reconcile the wounded within me. The water was not afraid to go where I needed it to go for my healing. Therefore, the medicine of water is an excellent teaching vehicle for revealing the power of Karuna compassion. For there is nothing that we have suffered that we cannot heal within ourselves. Karuna is the medicine of unconditional compassion that is the power to heal us from every suffering. The greatest of all suffering occurs when you refuse to have compassion for yourself as you are experiencing any kind of suffering. Embodying compassion begins with learning how to love yourself first, holding all the parts of yourself throughout every present moment and in every circumstance. It requires softening your heart to accept that the gift of your own compassion is a standard you deserve to experience in your relationship with yourself. No one else's opinion is required to acknowledge, qualify, or quantity your authentic experience of suffering, for it is for the real you. Your greatest teacher for learning the importance of compassion is your inner child, who is also the face of your innocence. The voice of your inner child speaks from the heart, acting as a guardian angel for your commitment to bestow the compassion of self-love upon yourself. When your inner child is honoured with compassion, they will eventually reveal themselves as a phoenix child within you. When you practice holding yourself with great tenderness, you eventually become whole in your relationship with yourself and you trust yourself. When Karuna compassion overflows your heart, you deeply care about what is important to others because you honour what is important to you. There you go.
Oh, beautiful.
It's beautiful, isn't it? It's all about like healing as well, like your inner child.
Really important
and having
work.
Compassion.
Yeah, it's really, really important work. And it goes back to the earlier comment we made about, you know, and you talked about different levels of Reiki, and actually you've got to start with self-healing. You've got to start with yourself, because otherwise, you know, you've got to know your own stuff. And I'd say the same for anyone who's developing mediumship or psychic awareness. You've got to really do your work. You've got to do the work, because it just creates more capacity to be able to hold. Yeah, beautiful. Oh, love that. Can't recommend enough. Wendi, you need to get yourself. In fact, there's an audiobook version of that on a certain brand of audiobook.
It's like, Wendi, you have the audiobook because you can't read.
Oh, no, I wasn't saying that you couldn't read. Crikey O'Reilly, Wendi. I wasn't saying because you couldn't read, Wendell. I was saying it because it's really lovely to be able to hear the meditations and the stories and the account. Yeah.
This is funny. You said it.
Okay, so let's move on.
Let's move on. Sophie says beautiful.
Okay, that was really nice. Yeah, really, really nice. Thank you, Nat. And did you just find that today?
No, I've read the whole book. Well, yeah, I did. I chose that today, but it was I can listen to it. Yeah.
I'm not going to say anything again.
Okay.
Super,
Yeah,
super,
yeah.
super.
It's something that helped me when I was going through my healing journey, which is that I just remembered it, and I just thought, actually, I need to share that this evening, especially when we talk about healing ourselves and that as well. Yeah.
Super, super, super. Okay, so should we do some more readings? Should we do some more? Do some more? Yeah. I think it's back to you, Wendi.
Oh, okay. Okay. Scroll them comments. Debbie is saying, would appreciate some healing if possible, please. Been unwell for 3 days. Don't know why. Fatigue is so bad. Thank you. Everybody, please send healing to Debbie, because sometimes it's just the intention of all of us, you know, sending that healing to Debbie. Obviously, first point of call is doctor. There may be a valid reason for that. But yeah, just everybody, please send healing to Debbie and to anybody else that you know that needs that healing. Okay, the intention, setting that intention is everything.
It's, yeah.
Okay.
You feel better soon, Debbie.
Yeah, Mel Dean says beautiful. I think that might be for the reading that you did. Bethan Louise. Hello, Bethan. Heather Jane Ross McGuire would love some guidance. Rachel Perry. If it's Rachel or Rachel, if I could read for you, Rachel. Apologies if I'm saying your name wrong. It's spelled differently. Very nice. Okay. Okay, Rachel Perry. So let me shuffle these cards. Okay, so it actually flew out. The Five of Cups, grieving, sorrow, or something that may be upsetting you at this time. It could be a memory, could be a loss of a loved one, or just really feeling overwhelmed. I feel I want to say that as well, feeling overwhelmed with what's happened or what is happening. And yeah, we've got the water, we've got the river here, and yeah, as Natalie says, you know, water is a great sort of replenishment, but also to sit by water, you know, to feel sort of the ebb and flow of the water, just to take time to grieve or to heal, because that's what we're talking about today, is the healing. So I feel that one is quite important, and even just being overwhelmed, try not to take everything on if you can. Please say no to people. And I also want to bring through this gentleman in spirit, fatherly grandfather feeling coming through, and with the number 9, so either the 9th of the month or the 9th month is important or significant in some way, Rachel. So I need to give you the number 9. I'm getting carpenter type woodworking vibes with him, so he feels like he was very hands-on, or he had a hobby with wood. I'm getting sawdust around, so I'm hoping that you can understand him. And he's bringing through a word which sounds like griffin, and now I know there's a creature, a griffin, that may have some meaning as a spirit animal, but maybe the word griffin might mean something to you. But I've heard griffin as well. So why are you here for? Is okay. It's a little bit like the card where we've got the lovely rose petals floating down, but I'm actually getting blue, a little bit like blue diamonds that are just sort of coming down. And if it's to do with the colour blue, that to me is confidence and communication. So perhaps he's wanting to bring you that, to bring you a bit of a boost in confidence. Perhaps you've been feeling a bit low, that you can't actually do or say what you want to say because there's something stopping you, and it may be that you're still healing, but he's wanting to bring these blue diamonds. So yeah, lovely gentleman, and I'm getting woodworking with him, or doing something with woodwork or carpentry. Very clever, very knowledgeable man, and he just wants to shower you with diamonds, blue diamonds, Rachel. Let me know if that makes sense. And also griffin. Oh, today's been a year. Final divorce. Oh gosh.
Oh gosh.
So
Big
yeah,
threshold.
that would make sense, and obviously, and it just takes time. Take as long as you need, and also talk to others. You know, because that's a great healer. Just pouring out what you need to say to somebody else, even if they haven't got advice, just for somebody else to listen. You know, that can really help. Okay, Rachel, I'll leave that with you. Thank you. Oh, bless.
Big
Okay.
threshold. Nat, do you want to go? Do you want me to go?
Yeah, you can go ahead, Ashley.
Okay. Heather Jane Ross McGuire. Lovely. What a lovely group picture of you. Look at that. I will give you a reading. Let's see what I've got. I'm gonna mix it up just because I'm just feeling in a reckless mood. I've got to mix it up. I'm gonna go with some archetype cards. Anything could happen, Richard. Hold on to your hat. Anything can happen. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I've pulled some archetypes, some Caroline Mace archetype cards. They've been working like the clappers for me this week for different readings that I've been doing, primarily because some of them get really to the heart of the issue. And the one I've pulled for you is the Monk or Nun card. Don't panic. Stand down, Heather. This card, really what that does is that speaks to me about the fact that you are growing in your devotion to your spiritual practice. Whether that is on a conscious level or whether that is on the level of you just want to find out a little bit more, you maybe want to join a different circle, maybe you want to just push yourself a little bit. You know, we spoke about healing modalities, maybe actually been feeling the call to start learning some healing. But this is very much about being in service with spirit and offering your support to other people. What it does also tell me is that this is about kind of getting serious with your own self-growth as well, your own spiritual growth. Maybe there's some things you haven't been addressing in your own kind of patterns, your own behaviors, the way you talk to yourself, the relationships that are around you, some of that doing the work, doing the deep work, doing the shadow work, whatever you want to call it. This is about just kind of freeing yourself up to be the best that you could possibly be spiritually. What it does also let me know is that there is a shadow aspect. This, as with all things, there is light and there is shadow. We've got to be in balance. It's yin and yang. We can't be all off in the clouds and be all unicorns and rainbows because we live in the real world. We've got to be able to occupy both spaces. And the shadow attribute for that, if this resonates more with you, is about wanting to distance yourself from things in the physical world that are messy, uncomfortable, difficult, negative, materialistic, you know, wanting to really physically distance yourself. I just want to be with spirit. I just want to be with lovely people who are spiritual and read my books and play with my tarot cards and be surrounded by crystals. And I don't have time for all of that. So if that's what resonates more, what I like about these cards is they've got the shadow and the light aspect. So you can read into that, the different play with the archetypes. You fancy some shadow. Do you know what I'm a massive advocate for? I'm always highly suspicious of people who work in a spiritual realm who don't do shadow work, purely for the reason that I've just said, is you've got to be able to understand your stuff, be able to have done the work. So if you're doing it, more power to you. I think it's invaluable. I highly recommend it. And it's really interesting, the journey that it takes you on. So I'm really pleased I pulled that card for you and followed my own intuition. The potential is there for you. Amazing. Thank you so much, Heather. Thank you for letting me read for you.
Brilliant. Okay, Natalie, you going to have a go?
All right, how are we doing for time, Richard? Oh, okay. So, there was, when we were shuffling through the comments, there was a lady on there that I was connected to. Her name was Mel. So when I was thinking of her, some cards did come up, but I'm sorry, I can't remember her last name. But Mel, if you listen, if there is a Mel on the comments.
This one here.
What would you recommend? Oh, okay. Sorry, I can't remember, Richard. I can't see the pictures, but okay. So Mel, it might be for that, but it's talking about that maybe a Mel needs to go and do actually, I don't know, like maybe they're a Reiki healer. Mel, are you a Reiki healer, or have you been thinking about doing Reiki?
You've sent every Mel in the chat into a flat spin now, Nat. That's what you've done. Every Mel.
Oh, okay, so it might be that Mel. So Mel, I don't know if you've been thinking about doing Reiki healing.
Oh.
Okay, so it might be the other Mel from YouTube, but I don't know if you're thinking about doing like your own Reiki healing. They're talking about bringing in. It's really interesting because it is all about like the healing this evening, about bringing in that emerald energy. They really want to work with you with Reiki. If you can't, if you're not a Reiki healer yourself, thought about it. Yes, I haven't tried it yet. So okay, I recommend maybe go and get it done for yourself. Because I think that it does work really well with traumas. Obviously, like as we always say, it is really important to carry on getting the treatment and talking to the other professionals as well about it. But Reiki does help with shifting the energy. If you're still feeling like stuck and it's not moving anywhere, then Reiki, someone will work with you and actually bring down that healing energy and feeling it in your heart space. And you know what, like what has happened to you in your childhood, you know, it's I'm not saying it's not going to go away, but we learn to live with what has happened with our growing up, and it's always going to be there. But it's also about giving you strength in that as well. You've got to remember, like the journey that you've gone on, it's like then you helping in the future, helping other people to overcome that, you know. So when you have overcome that journey yourself and you pass on that knowledge to other people, it just continues down that pathway. And I feel like when you've done that, when you realize that, you're going to actually have this aha moment and actually, like this is what I want to do. I want to be able to heal this within myself, so then I can go on and help other people. It's talking about as well, like interestingly, we talked about like going outside. It's saying that you need to get outside a bit more, go and hug that tree, you know, because it does work when you sit amongst the trees and you do actually, you feel the energy lift up, you release it, but then you bring in that energy as well. If you can't get outside, then bring the healing energies inside. It's talking about like bring the flowers inside, you know, if you like flowers. And I was told actually the other day, someone gave me an interesting comment, like bring the flowers inside, but when they don't last forever, so when they do die, chuck them out and bring something new in. Just keep your flowers replenished. So what's the comment there? But always remember, Mel, that like go and speak to somebody, you know, speak to a trusted friend. Never stop talking about the trauma that you've experienced, because you could either be with like Samaritans, it could either be with like iTalk, you know, even talking now to us on here, that is creating that space for you to say, actually, I do need to talk about it. And but also the spiritualness, awareness of like, maybe you should think about maybe going and get some Reiki as well as on top of all that, because it worked for me. So I have a habit of letting the flowers show up, and I'm just as bad. So I look at my flowers. My son bought me some flowers actually for Mother's Day, and I'm looking at them thinking, okay, they're not going to last much longer, you know. So we do need to chuck them out. But keep them. It brings happiness as well into your home. Yes, yeah, that's awesome.
It's really bad. It's really bad feng shui. It's really bad chi to keep, unless you're doing something with it. Yeah, to keep dead flowers, especially in a sacred space.
Can, if you like keeping them, like what about like
if you're drying them?
What's that? Flower pressing? Yeah, yeah. If you like to keep your flowers, try like flower pressing, but always, chuck them out if you can't do the flower pressing, and just bring in the new ones. Yeah. Okay. I hope that makes sense for you, Mel. I really do. Thank you.
Super. Amazing. That always goes so fast. The show always goes so fast, doesn't it? It's always really interesting, and I love reading your comments. And if there's anything you want us to talk about, please put it in the chat. If you've been inspired this evening and there's something like, oh, I'd really like to have a chat about this, or I've got something really interesting, put it in the chat the next time. Because do you know what, we always get inspired with what it is we're going to talk about, but if there's something that's really, really, really burning, please put it in the chat.
And we hope you've enjoyed it and want us to return in 2 weeks.
You'll see in 2 weeks. Now, don't forget, it's Easter weekend, so you know what that means. It means the Easter Bunny is coming, and it's an excuse to eat chocolate because the Easter Bunny brought it. So it's a gift, so don't stop eating it. Enjoy yourself. Plenty of chocolate.
Do they do cacao chocolate?
They probably do. It's probably hideously expensive, but enjoy it. It's only once a year.
Thank you, everybody.
Yeah,
Thank you,
thank
Terry.
you.
Thank you, Helen.
Oh, thank you so much.
Thank you, everybody.
Amazing.
It's
And
really
we'll
lovely
see
to have you with
soon.
us. See you in
Thanks,
2
Sophie.
weeks. See you later.
Bye.
Bye.
See you
Bye. Bye.
soon. Bye bye. Bye.